Um, as I said before, my name is Derrick Smith, and I got arrested on May 13th after I watched several leaders from our community, like Reverend Johnson, Reverend Keeney, uh, Reverend Brown, and others, stand in the gap for millions of North Carolinians who were being abused by retrogressive policies which were coming out of the General Assembly. Their leadership and the encouragement of my students inspired me to become involved and risk whatever to you never knew what to expect, but there comes a point in your life where you just have to stand up and you have to stand strong. Henry David Thoreau said that a government which imprisons unjustly, true place for a man is in prison. Mohandas Gandhi said that a good person will resist an evil system with his whole soul. Disobedience of the laws of an evil state is therefore a duty. You assist an evil system most effectively by obeying its orders and decrees. An evil system never deserves such allegiance. So on May 13th, I decided to engage in nonviolent civil disobedience in Raleigh because it was obvious that North Carolina was under the control of corporate lobbyists who bribe our legislators, write legislation that many of the representatives never read, they never debate, and they never seem to want to inform their constituents about those policies and laws. Article 1, Section 12 of the North Carolina State Constitution says that the people have a right to assemble together, to consult for the common good, to instruct their representatives, and to apply to the General Assembly for the redress of grievances. But secret political societies are dangerous to the liberties of a free people.
That's right.
And shall not be tolerated. Now, though the first clause may be rightly interpreted to render the arrest of the Moral Monday protesters unconstitutional, it's the second clause about secrecy that may be most compelling. You see, President John F. Kennedy warned us about the very danger many, many years ago when he stated that the very word secrecy is repugnant to a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers and excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it.
That's right.
So it is time for us to reclaim democracy. The secret society of the American Legislative Exchange Council, the Civitas, Americans for Prosperity, they're crafting legislation, handing it to our legislators. And this legislation is repressive, it's regressive, and it sets North Carolina back to an era which after Reconstruction, that we call fusion politics. Yeah. So the fusion era was an era where you had racial harmony between African Americans and whites. That was destroyed in Wilmington in 1898 in the only successful coup in the United States, when coalition government in Wilmington was run out of town at gunpoint by an angry white mob that later ushered in 1900 the white supremacy power grab in North Carolina. And this is what the great fear is with this General Assembly. It's fusion politics. They don't want to see multiracial coalitions to build. They don't want to see LGBT community along with African Americans, Hispanics, whites, Native Americans, gays, lesbians, transgender, everybody. They don't like that. And so the American Legislative Exchange Council is working overtime to draft legislation to entice our legislators with cool jobs and the revolving door after they get out of the legislature, and of course the palm trees and the liquor and the places that they send them to draft this legislation. We have representatives in this crowd who even went to Florida on their dime. And so we've got to continue to fight. So when the legislature returns, we will continue. That's right. Because we have to reclaim democracy, because we are a free society, and what they are doing is repugnant. Just like the Constitution said, secret societies are repugnant to a democratic society, and secret societies are repugnant to democracy, and we are going to stand strong, and we will not waver, and we will continue. When the legislature returns, we will continue. Thank you.
Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up the freedom land. All right, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Keep on talking, marching up the freedom land. Come on, everybody, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Oh, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up the freedom. One more time, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, hey, keep on talking, marching up the freedom.